Welcome to Extra Time, everybody. Act 2, Striking a Chord. About a week ago, we discussed whether Houston's Kai Kamara and Brian Ching were the best strike pair in MLS. I said yes, and these two jokers argued about that. Well, we got plenty of email about it. For example, Joel in Detroit, and got to give a shout out to the Motor City, my hometown, right? Joel said he had some other names for us. He brought up Luciano Emilio and Jaime Moreno for DC United, but he said the best strike pair for him was Connor Casey and Omar Cummings out in Colorado. That got us thinking about who are the best strike pairs in MLS. So let's get our top three for the three of us. A couple of criteria for this. You have a game Saturday, rosters are complete, everyone's healthy, everyone's in town. Who are the two strikers you're putting in there?
Well, Joel, the email, you're the man, because I'll tell you, my top pair, Connor Casey, big, strong, physical. Omar Cummings has speed, skill on the ball, feeding off of Connor Casey. They're number one. Number two, Brian McBride. I mean, Brian McBride was
just alone. It
Ralph.
doesn't matter who he's got.
I want to pause for the emphasis. Brian McBride, big, strong, good in the air, can finish, and Ralph, sneaky, playing off of McBride. My third, Landon Donovan. I got to get Landon Donovan in there, and the reason I put him in is because Edson Buttle is healthy. With a healthy Buttle and Landon Donovan, they're my number three pick.
Well, Buttle certainly has the feet, especially to when you can play the ball into him, he can hold on to it, he can look to dish it off to Landon, and maybe look for the ball through the space.
You like my three picks?
I like the Donovan Buttle. I think Buttle coming back from injury hasn't been playing. When you're thinking about the LA Galaxy and their strike tandem of Landon and Alan Gordon, it was not working. But it's so different when you have Edson Buttle out there. He's such a different player, and he's much more dynamic. So I think it's not a bad pick.
It's a good pick.
Not necessarily on my list.
Who's on your list, Jason?
All right, and on my list, I went with McBride and Rolfe up top. I really think that Rolfe is going to play some of his best soccer playing with McBride up top. And I think back to when he was playing with Nate Jakwa a couple years back, and he really was on. I mean, they're good finishers. They're guys who, if a ball falls to them in the box, they're going to put it away. Right. And I think that's what you want in a big game like this Saturday.
Okay.
Number two is Ching and Kamara. I agree with you, Greg. I know you love them. But this weekend you saw how, even though they are similar players, it's Ching out wide this time, dishing it into Kamara, and Kamara can finish. I mean, they just do the job.
They complement each other in a weird way, even though
it's an accident.
It might be an accident, but it still is the way that they can shift roles very easily, the two and two. What do you got for three?
My number three, I had a tie. I had a tie because this has been the season of ties.
Oh, hang on, let's see. Okay, who are your ties, and we'll just see.
Jaime Moreno and Luciano Emilio. I think I have faith in them to get me a goal if I need it.
How do we allow them come up with a tie?
And Connor Casey and Omar Cummings. I think you got to put them up there on current form.
You just play all four of them, huh? For you, it's four strikers, huh?
Yeah, if I had those four as my strikers, I might not need as many midfielders.
All right, hang on. This totally goes against. It is. Yeah. You're Bill Clinton out here, right? Tell us what the truth is. Who you have to pick right now? You're the coach. You got to write it in the roster sheet. Who are you going?
I guess I got to go with Casey and Cummings. Just on current form,
Why?
Casey's putting it away. I mean, leading goal scorer in the league. I'd go with them. I mean, I like the way they complement each other.
National team call-up.
If a random ball fell in the box to Omar Cummings, I would not have as much confidence in him over Emilio and Moreno. But I think as a collective, I'd go with Casey and Cummings for three.
Who do you got, big fella?
Well, I obviously took Ching and Kamara at number one. I mean, I think that what they do is to complement each other so well, whether Kamara's drifting wide and Ching is up top holding the ball and doing a lot of the dirty work in there. I have McBride and Rolfe in there at number two, and my reason. Right, absolutely, because of the same reasons, right? McBride's so good and Rolfe able to just dip and snip around him a little bit. And number three, the one that you guys are going to kill me on, I'm sure, I have Taylor Twellman and Steve Ralston for the New England Revolution. Now, because, hang on. It goes this way.
Didn't we say two strikers?
We did say two strikers, but I would argue that right now Steve Ralston has become a striker. He's been playing striker for a lot of the time over the last 2 years, let's say, last season and a half, right? Playing striker right now. Taylor Twellman is healthy again, and come on, the guy's 99 goal scorer in MLS. It doesn't get much better than that. You get Ralston nipping around the way Rolfe does.
I think I got this one. So Ralston's been playing like a striker for the last year and a half.
Yep.
When was it that New England was in MLS Cup? So the 2 years before that, right? When Ralston was out right, whipping balls into...
When they had Pat Noonan.
I hope Stevie
They had another
Nicholas.
strike.
I hope
Dempsey.
Stevie Nicholas is watching this. Look, Ralston, great player. Started his career as a wide right midfielder, then a central playmaker. Taylor Twellman, great, but I'd rather see Showery Joseph up top with Taylor Twellman.
Well, it would be another big pairing up top with Twellman and Joseph.
If I'm a New England fan, I want Steve Ralston out on the right, whipping balls in to Taylor Twellman. And
Well, stop doing that.
And to whom? And to Kelly Dubé too? It goes back to your argument about Buttle versus Alan Gordon.
What New England has on their roster, other than Twellman, is slashers. Kelly Dubé is a slasher.
But he hasn't been
Sally's
able to do it. He's not performing.
We all
Twellman.
agreed on McBride and Ralph.
Right.
So the
So
consensus.
on the averages, they're probably the best. Well, those are our top picks for the best strike pairs in MLS. If you have any, email us at extratime@mlsnet.com. It's important also that all the teams have depth this summer as the games start to get busy. On Thursday's show, we're going to talk about which teams have the depth to deal with the summer crunch.